Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you all to this warm evening. I am Prashant Ranjan.
And I'm Anurag Yadav. We are activity associates at NSSIT Bombay. We all know the importance of education and the role of teacher in shaping someone's life. So let's welcome pioneer of a teacher, Mr. Ranjitsinh, who is the first Indian to be the winner of $1 million annual Global Teacher Prize in 2020, which is equivalent to Nobel Prize in field of.
He distributed the prize money between all the other nine finalists. He is very well known for his innovative teaching works like adding QR codes to textbooks so that students can get access to audio poems, video lectures, assignments, and stories. This idea of his was also adopted by the NCRT.
Now let's see a glimpse of his educational work and love for. After getting this much praise and recognition from all around the world, how do you feel about it now after 1 year since you won the Global Teachers Prize?
First of all, I would like to say thank you so much, all the students of IIT Bombay. I'm so honored and so happy to meet you virtually either. Um, as you said, like winning award after like in 2020 and now in 2022, like after two years basically. It feels nice every in December. Teachers are being recognized. They're being celebrated. They are given a place on table to discuss their issues, their concerns, their innovative practices. I'm being fortunate enough, to talk to many leaders of the world from different countries, different organizations, and I'm enjoying the way I'm being a voice of teachers and advocating for them. So it's a quite new experience for me, and I'm enjoying.
That's great to hear, sir. Ranjit, sir, in 2016, the central government gave you the title of Innovative Researcher of the Year. This was the first recognition of your work after 7 years since you started teaching. So, sir, how does this motivated you to make education quality even better?
Yeah, but you said like awards will not basically motivate you. Um, Basically for the teachers, in my perspective, because your students keep motivating you, or rather my students keep motivating me, because in I work in very remote area where you cannot imagine to, just because we still not having access to transport system. People still need to walk and go to the bus stations and other things. In 2016, I received this award from National Innovation Foundation, or autonomous body of our, I think, Science and Technology Ministry, Government of India. Yeah, that was the first national recognition, you may call it. Uh, Prior to that, I got some awards at the state level, um, and at the district level. But that was the first time my work was recognized at a bigger platform, media started, getting attention at me and starting looking at what exactly this guy is doing. So to me, the biggest award is getting appreciation and seeing your students performing well is the biggest award, and that motivates me a lot, rather than any other award.
It is very rare that winner shares the prize money with other contestants. How did you came up with the decision to share the prize money, which was $1 million, with the rest of the nine fellow
Uh, teachers always works for the outcomes, not for the income. You might have seen that, yeah, even your teachers do share their knowledge, their expertise, and I just said my money. That's what I think. It's not like big deal for any teacher. Yeah, the amount is big, and that's why people say that, oh, how do you come to know? And this. But if you look at the Indian tradition, Indian culture of teachers, they always share that, as I said. So I don't think like I did anything different than this. But you know, after sharing that prize money, many people across the world started supporting my work. The idea behind this was the prize, global teacher prize, basically gives everything to the global teacher prize winner, but the rest of the top 10 finalists, they don't get anything, just a recognition. So my thought was how I can support all these nine teachers, because my mission is the world is my classroom, and I want to reach out to each and every student in this world who needs teachers, who is looking for a bright future, who want to pursue his dream. So I'm just following that mission, and I thought like these nine teachers could help me to reach out students from nine different countries. And you just see, by sharing that prize money, I changed the lives of students from nine different countries. Students from USA, my partner teacher Leah Julke, she started a scholarship for refugee and immigrant students. So I wouldn't have done that. So I'm very happy that nine fellow teachers are also doing the same work that I was doing and I'm doing. A Brazilian teacher, she started making digital content for special needs students in the sign languages, and she's getting like millions views. Uh, Someone from Brazil, then from Italy, we have scholarship to the students for the students to those who are going to graduation or in the universities. 10 scholarship we basically give to the 10 different students. In South Africa and Nigeria, uh, we set up a digital classroom in both these countries so that students could, access the digital content, get to know, familiar with different concepts, and let's have a new experience of digital learning. In Vietnam, uh, we set up the library for students, for ethnic students. They don't have any access to the schools and other resources. In South Korea, uh, we purchase equipment for their vocational college, just like ITI in India or maybe in Maharashtra. So this is how the big picture looks like. So my initial thought behind this was to support teachers, because teachers need a support system. If you see a cricket team, cricket is the most popular game in India. The 11 player are there, like team of 11 players is being supported by 6 or 7 people. Like they have main coach, batting coach, fielding coach, then psychiatrist, performance enhancement coach, and something like this. But teachers are not supported on the field. So I thought like this prize money could help these nine teachers, and motivate them to continue with the same passion and same vision that they are doing. And I'm so glad that these teachers are doing the same work. So, by sharing is always means like sharing is growing. I shared that prize money, and you see now my impact being, impact is now growing. So I'm so glad to see that.
That's very great of you, sir. Definitely sharing is growing.
Yeah.
So as a student, were you always enthusiastic about becoming a teacher? And if not, what motivated you to become one and one of the best, in fact?
No. Answer is no, because I'm an accidental teacher, you may call it. I never thought of being a teacher. My dream was to become an engineer, but accidentally I came into this field. And I must thank my teachers in teachers training college, who actually filled a fuel of passion in me. And there I experienced the power of teacher, what teachers can do. Teachers are real change makers. They change the lives of any students with the right mixture of chalk and challenges. So the teachers actually shown me the the new pathways of my life, and there I experienced something new in my life. Like I'm good writing, good speaker, and since then I started to explore myself more and more. So I must thank those two teachers in our teachers training college who actually motivated me to become a good teacher. And since then, journey is still continued. I'm still enjoying I'm whatever I'm doing in the classroom.
Yes, sir. Ranjit, sir, we know that you were appointed as teacher for the first time in your career in Zilla Parishad School in 2009. What were the difficulties you faced while teaching?
Yeah, I still remember day one. It was like 5th of January 2009. My father, me, and one of our uncle, we went to my school, and I joined the school, and my headmaster took me to my classroom, and oh, classroom didn't look like the classroom. It was a cow shed, and I was shocked. What is this? I never thought of like this. In India, in 21st century, you might be seeing classrooms like this. Never, never. But the most shocking thing was that parents were not complaining about the status. They thought like, oh, it's okay. So it took me around 6 months to get back my classroom because it was occupied by influencing politician in the village. So it was very difficult to get it back. But after 6 months, I finally managed to get it back. And since then, I started working with parents first. So I set about 3 targets before me because during the 6 months, I realized that parents then they didn't believe in education. They thought like it's a waste of time and money because some of the villagers or students, those who were educated, still they were farming, so they couldn't get jobs. So they thought like, oh, education is just like waste of money. Instead of doing that, because you get educated and still you start farming, it's better to work in the farm early rather than spending too much money in education. This is what their thought was. So I started first working on parents' mindset, you know, to have a continuous dialogue with them. I invited some girls nearby villages, those who were educated, those, you know, those who were getting money, they got jobs, and they were sharing their experiences, how education can change your life. And at the end of every session, I used to ask the same question, single questions to my parents. Hey, would you like to do like to become to see your daughter like this one, or you want to see the future of your daughter in the farm or in doing hard work? What's your choice? So they usually go for the option one. No, sir, I would like to see my daughter doing similar things. So then send them in the classroom. So this is how I, change their mindsets. I always believe in principle of acceptance. It's more important. Change should be accepted, not forced. Otherwise, they will start having reactions to that. So this is how I managed to change the mind of my parents.
That's very insightful, sir. Sir, you incorporated QR codes in the textbooks so that your
Yeah.
students can learn in a better way. Yes, sir. This idea of yours has been used widely by many authors, and even NCRT uses it now. Sir, so how did you came up with this idea?
Again, like I was trying something different, and this is what you are now saying. It's completely different that I what I thought of. Initially, what I was doing, I was recording my own lessons and sending it to my parents. Like we used to use uh, data storage, small data storage, like memory card. Sometimes I used to share it via Bluetooth into their mobile devices. This is how I was doing at the beginning, but I started facing some problems. Sometimes files get corrupted. Sometimes this file format were not supported by the mobile devices, and students felt it like it's difficult to access it. So I thought of augmented reality, basically, how I can incorporate that into the textbook or something. But one day when I went, in a shop and there I saw the shopkeeper, he scanned a QR code on the product and entire like information and price was displayed on a machine on a screen, and that was the trigger point. Like it pushed me to try something similar to this. But at the time, I didn't know what it is. So Google actually helped me a lot. I asked Google when I came back to home. Uh, I did image search instead of text search. So because I didn't know what to do now, so I clicked a photo of of the QR code and uploaded it on a Google and asked Google, "What is this?" So Google replied, "This is a QR code." Then I started, learning more about how to create QR codes, how we can embed data into this. And initially, I created 27 different QR codes for my students. And I pasted those QR codes on their textbooks and trained the teachers, also my parents and students, how they can access the content. And so we did a piloting for 1 year. And I saw the students are enjoying, they are doing better. So then later on, I proposed to our block education officer to scale up it across the schools in our block. And we did piloting with more students to get to know, like, when we have more users, how they react, how they perform. And then later on in 2016, I proposed to state of Maharashtra. We did it in 2016. And again, they did it 1 year piloting because it was a new experience for them as well. And this is something new. They didn't know about it. So what the controversy happened, and that helped me to push this thought into their minds. Like in 2016, when they printed six grades books, because alternately each year in Maharashtra, each grade gets new textbooks because this is how they plan to change their curriculum. So six standards or six grades books were published, and accidentally or fortunately to me, the Indian map was mistakenly printed. The Arunachal Pradesh, one of the states, was shown as a part of China. And there was a huge controversy. Politicians came into the play and they started playing their role. So our officers were worried now. Initially, they had to print those pages again and send it back to each and every students. But I told them, oh, no, come on. We don't have to do that again now. We have a QR code. We already printed the QR code uh, to this textbook. they realize, oh my God, this is really. And then next year onwards, they started doing it in each and every textbook. Then later on in 2019, NCRT decided, oh, this is a good idea. When the pandemic was going on, happening, every student was sitting at home. Students in India, in Maharashtra, still they were learning because they had those QR coded textbook. So this is how the idea came into my mind, and this is how idea is now being implemented.
That's very great, sir. Sir, we know that many parents in rural areas don't think that education is very important for their children. And they think that if their kids help them in their work, then they can be better off and will be able to earn their bread and butter. So, how can we make parents realize the importance of education and change this mindset of them?
Yeah, initially I worked on parents' indifference toward education, and a couple of things I mentioned before as well, like how I, change the mindset. I firmly believes if you want to see the education system or everyone is doing well, so there are two important key pillars of the system. So school system, or maybe the students, parents, and uh, teachers. So when these three important key pillars work together and they perform better. So changing the parents' mind difference or my parents' difference toward the education. A couple of things I would like to mention. Initially, conversation into their own language. Instead of giving lectures, I invited the girls from nearby villages. It's like a role model. See the experience, the role model. And when they dream their own daughter like this, and then they start believing, oh, if I want to see the better life of my child, then I had to give them education. Because before that, they never thought of it. Education means waste of money and coming back to farming, and this is what. Second thing, I started a couple of initiatives where they have to participate actively. Just like one of the initiative called Alarm on TV Off. So I set up an alarm on school's building, and it rings at 7 p.m. every night. So this is an indication for parents. Now stop working whatever you're doing. Turn off your TVs and whatever you're doing, and sit together with your kids and help him to complete his homework. Ask him what he did in the classroom, just like informal conversation for 1 hour. But as the parents were not, they didn't know how to support, how to help kids. So I started sending text messages in the afternoon to all the parents and saying that, hey, this is what you are expected to do at night. So they get to realize, oh, okay, so now I can plan my things. So in the afternoon, they started thinking of it. And this is how I ensure that everyone is actively participate. So instead of like giving lectures and saying, telling them the importance of education, I I made them to participate into educational activity, teaching learning process. And they thought like, oh my God, my friend is helping his kids. Why shouldn't I? I should help. So this is how they got involved and they changed their mindset.
So what teaching techniques can teachers use to teach in interactive way, which doesn't involve rote learning, and students can actually enjoy learning process without caring about grades?
What learning process? Okay. Let me see. You just turn off your mic. Everybody can. Let's make it more interactive. If you allow the audience as well, I hope they will not make a noise, but let's have some fun to see how educators are doing, how they can interact, how they can make it more interactive. Okay, guys, let's just imagine like I have some stuff on my table like one glass, spoon, lemon, water, salt. I place all these things on the table now. I repeat, a glass, water, spoon, salt, a lemon, all these things are there on my table. So what do you think? What should I do now with all these things? Tell me.
Then make
I'll,
a lemon
yes.
water juice. Lemon
Okay,
water.
lemon water. Okay, let's go for it. Okay, step by step. Okay,
Yes,
who
sir.
is this?
Prashant, sir.
Prashant. Yeah. Okay, Prashant, tell me, what should I do first?
First, we should put water.
Okay. Fortunately, I have this glass. Okay, I'll put water. Okay, tell me what next.
Next, we should squeeze the lemon into it.
How should I squeeze the lemon?
Uh, Maybe by an instrument or maybe just by hand.
Oh no, it's not possible. Do you think that you can just squeeze the lemon with
Okay,
your
first we have to
fingers?
cut the lemon. Okay. First we have
Yeah,
to cut the
yeah,
lemon.
yeah. How? Because I don't have
With
any
the
sharp thing like I don't have.
okay, yes. So we might need a knife for it.
Yeah, but I don't have it.
Okay. So mm,
Yes. Anybody? Anyone other than Prashant? Prashant is trying to make a lemonade or juice, but now he needs your help. He wants to cut the lemon, but he doesn't have any sharp knife or anything. So what can we do with this stuff? No idea? Yes, think you're students of IIT. Come on, guys. Okay, nobody go. Have you allowed a participant to unmute themselves, or you don't have that setting? If just see like someone has raised their hands or something, because I want to see like or to know what students are thinking of when I ask them such a question, so they think like, oh, lemonade or something. What else we can do with this, Prashant? So now we are not getting to into the what do you say?
हिंदी में बताऊं सर?
Okay, no worry. Oh, yeah, sure. Yes, go for it. हाँ, बताइए.
सर पहले ग्लास लेंगे, उसे
अच्छा.
नाइफ की हेल्प से मतलब जो लेमन होगा उसे नाइफ की हेल्प से मतलब कट करेंगे, फिर उसे स्क्वीज करेंगे एंड देन उसमें मतलब शुगर ऐड करेंगे और साल्ट ऐड करेंगे और इसे थोड़ा सा मिक्स करके फिर पी लेंगे.
अच्छी, मगर दिक्कत ये है कि हमारे पास वो नाइफ ही नहीं है. वहीं तो अटके हैं अभी हम. तो स्क्वीज नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, उसको कट नहीं कर पा रहे हैं हम. तो यही तो मेरा सवाल है. यहाँ पे प्रशांत जी हमारे अटके थे, तो उनको थोड़ी हेल्प चाहिए आपकी.
हम उसे दांतों की हेल्प से कट कर लेंगे थोड़ा.
ऐसा अलाउड नहीं होगा. आप अगर ऐसा कुछ उल्टा सीधा करेंगे तो वो अलाउड कैसे करेंगे? अगर आप आपकी लैबोरेटरी में भी जाते होंगी, है ना, केमिस्ट्री के या किसी फिजिक्स के, तो ऐसा कुछ उल्टा सुल्टा करेंगे तो नहीं होगा ना.
Sir,
यस, बताइए.
can we ask anyone for a knife?
अभी तो देखो मैं होटल में हूँ. कोई इतने अभी तो सुबह के 6 बजे हैं. इतने कुछ दूसरा कर सकते हैं क्या? ये लेमोनेड के पीछे क्यों पड़े हैं? कुछ दूसरा हो सकता है क्या? सोचो जरा. क्या अलग अलग कर सकते हैं हम?
You can mix salt water.
Salt water, good, okay, that's good thing. That is possible, right? Just adding water and then mixing a salt. Salt get mixed into the water. Good. Okay, you're good. One step ahead now. What can we do?
हम उस सॉल्ट वाटर में लेमन को डाल के डेंसिटी वाला एक्सपेरिमेंट कर सकते हैं.
Yes. कौन है ये? क्या नाम इनका?
Sir, my name is Pranav.
Pranav. Great thing, Pranav. That's what I was trying to, teach you all. मुझे तो बस डेंसिटी का एक्सपेरिमेंट करना था या डेंसिटी के बारे में आपको बताना था. This is how teachers should engage virtually. Just go back. Initial question क्या था? जब मैंने बोला कि these are the things I place on the table, और आपने डायरेक्टली स्टार्ट करना शुरू किया, सोचना स्टार्ट किया कि हम लेमोनाइड बनाएंगे. सो जब लेमोनाइड की बात आई, प्रशांत ने स्टार्ट किया, बट एक 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 स्टेप पे वो अटका, राइट? सो देन आई ask you to change your direction of thinking. So this is how teachers should engage their students. अगर इस तरीके से आपकी पढ़ाई होगी, तुम बताइए आपको ये बेहतर लगेगा या नहीं लगेगा. So the question was how teachers should engage or what the methodologies teachers should adopt. To me, I think it should be edutainment. Education plus entertainment. थोड़ा हंसी मजाक, थोड़ी मस्ती और थोड़ा शिक्षा. This is how I teach my students with different types of experiments, different types of activities that leads to learn better way. So this is how teachers should do. आपको तो मैंने उदाहरण पेश किया, तो instead of telling you the methodology, its importance and the things, I thought like, oh, let's do that experiment with you. So I hope you got it.
That's very informative, sir. Student also learned about the density experiment. So,
They will not it.
sir, the next question is, sir, in India, there are many places where women's education is not given that much importance, and they are expected to do household chores. How can we break this orthodox mentality and encourage girls to make education a priority?
Yeah, girls empowerment is what the solution to this all the things, because you're true that many part of our country, some part maybe, and some communities, they don't believe in power of education or power of girls. So girls should recognize the importance, they should understand the importance of education. How? So we should reach out to all these girls. First thing is like, girls education is not just about getting them in the classrooms. They should feel safe in the classroom, and that's what their concern is. Why the families are like reluctant to send their girls or their daughters in the schools, because they feel it's not safe and secure. The daughters are safe in the at home, not in the classroom. So it's now collective responsibility of community. Not just government can do, not just any teacher can do. Everyone. It's a responsibility of each and every one of you, student, those who are now in the college. You should start respecting your fellow students, girls in your college. And then when the girls started, they are being valued, they're being heard, their voice is important to the society. And then the others will start taking inspiration from them. So I personally believes in girls empowerment. Whatever the initiatives I did, these were just to enhance their learning experiences, and also to bridge the gap between students in cities and students in rural areas. So you just need to do one thing, that I will change a life of a girl. She may be your wife, she may be your friend, she may be someone unknown to you, but decide, I will help, I will support a girl. So when the girls and boys or women and men are, given equal opportunities, the society starts growing much better. So we should we should trust on girls, their ability. We should not underestimate them. Let them explore opportunities. Let them see the world from the different lenses, and let them see what else they can do, how they can contribute. I just want my girl students not just being in the classroom, not just being safe in the community, but also be innovative problem solvers. Girls like to solve the problems that the community is facing. Just give them opportunity, give them a stage, give them a platform. I would have loved like Prashant, and Prashant could be accompanied by a girl volunteer in IIT today. Because I don't know why only some one girl replied to my question, but I would like to see you people, you students, start doing these things from your own, having the listening to the girl's voice, give them representation in your club, let them see. Because I see in these countries like US, now currently I'm here, I see they are like equal. And girls actually, they are very much passionate and motivated. They firmly believe in their abilities, and they don't like someone underestimating. So this is how countries, developing countries or developed countries, respect girls and women and their power and their ability. So you students now start doing the same thing in your college. Maybe society will recognize it. Maybe your college principal or dean will start recognizing, oh, it's a good thing. So it says, always says that charity begins at home. दूसरों को सलाह देने से पहले हम खुद ही start करें. So it's better opportunity for you. If you like it, sir, this is a good suggestion. Start implementing it. Go for it.
That's very great, sir. Sir, you believe in personalized learning with that each student learns at their own pace.
Yeah.
Students shouldn't compete with each other, and rather they should compete with themselves to make them better. Right.
Yeah.
So, but we take competitive exams like JEE Mains and Advanced, NEET. Students have to compete with each other to get into colleges like IITs and AIIMS. So how do you think a student should prepare for these type of examinations?
Yeah, एग्जामिनेशन की तैयारी करोगे तो सिर्फ मतलब खुद को पहचान नहीं पाओगे. So your focus goal is just like IIT and JEE. So world is beyond those things. So खुद का interest क्या है? What you like? What's your inner voice is? What I like? ये सही है. Competitive एग्जाम के लिए आपको दूसरों के साथ कंपटीशन करनी पड़ती है. तो जब दूसरों के साथ कंपटीशन आप करते हो, तो मतलब आप उसकी और बाकी लोगों के एक्सपर्ट एरिया में, एक्सपर्टीज में जाते हो और उसके साथ compete करते हो. आपको खुद की एक्सपर्टीज क्या है पता नहीं होती है. तो इंस्टेड ऑफ with others, let's give a chance and a challenge to yourself, because sometimes you never know what you can achieve and your abilities. So एक दिन मुझे लगा कि मैं सिर्फ 5 किलोमीटर पैदल जा सकता, क्योंकि मेरे फ्रेंड्स मेरे साथ जाते थे. तो मुझे वो 5 किलोमीटर जाते थे, तो मैं उनके साथ जाना शुरू किया. तो मुझे लगा यार 5 किलोमीटर मेरे लिए बहुत है. फिर मैंने लगा कि चलो 6 किलोमीटर जाके चल के देखते हैं. तो मैं 6 किलोमीटर चलना शुरू किया, फिर 7 किलोमीटर चलना शुरू किया. और मेरे फ्रेंड्स 5 किलोमीटर तक ही काम, मतलब वो अपना दूरी तय कर पाते. तो मैंने तो 7 किलोमीटर तक आगे चलना शुरू किया. अगर मैं उनकी कंपटीशन में ही खुश रहता, तो मैं 5 किलोमीटर के वो अंतर को कापने के लिए ही प्रयास करता रहता. तो मुझे खुद की काबिलियत का पता ही नहीं चलता. So when I challenge myself, oh no, कि मैं आगे जाके देख तो सकता हूँ, I should try. So I tried और मुझे लगा yes, I can do. तो खुद को चैलेंज करना और each and every day do your best. Do perform better and better each and every day. That's the key. Instead of competing, challenge yourself. Yesterday I did these things. Today I'm going to do much beyond that things. And tomorrow will be far away from what I started at the beginning. So this is how the success looks like, or it should be. Instead of like उसके 10 मार्क आए मुझे 9 आए तो मुझे भी 10 अगले एग्जाम में मैं 10 मार्क लाऊंगा. तो it means you are limiting yourself with the abilities of others, but you never know what you can achieve beyond that if you start having competition with others. So खुद के साथ competition करो. एग्जाम की प्रिपरेशन तो जरूरी है, मगर it should not be your goal of life. अगर ये होता तो सभी लोग IIT और JEE में ही आते. So it's not, life is beyond that as well. So कुछ लोग तो बने ही होते हैं IIT के लिए, तो कुछ बने नहीं होते, तो उनको अपनी खुद की वॉइस, आवाज क्या कहती है, इंटरेस्ट क्या है, उसको परस्यू करना चाहिए, वो सुनना चाहिए, उसको आगे लेके जाना चाहिए. आपके IIT में भी देखिए, आपके डिफरेंट लाइक स्ट्रीम्स, ब्रांचेस होंगी, डिफरेंट टॉपिक, सब्जेक्ट आप पढ़ते होंगे. तो इंडिया में थोड़ा सिस्टम क्या है कि वो पीयर प्रेशर, कम्युनिटी का प्रेशर रहता है, फैमिली का प्रेशर रहता है, तो बच्चे वो सोच नहीं पाते हैं. मतलब उसका बड़ा भाई IIT में है, उसकी बहन IIT में है, तो वो छोटे वाले के ऊपर बहुत बड़ा प्रेशर आ जाता है. या फिर उसके फैमिली के मेंबर्स लाइक उसके पिताजी, मॉम, एवरीबॉडी इज लाइक IITian, तो वो उस बेचारे पे थोड़ा प्रेशर आ जाता है, तो उसको वही करना पड़ता है. मगर दिस जनरेशन ऑफ 21st century is quite different. You know, they likes to take their own decision, they like to take challenges, face the challenges. So मेरा सिर्फ यही कहना होगा कि कंपटीशन की वजह उसको एक बात थोड़ा नजरअंदाज करते हैं. खुद से कंपटीशन कीजिए, खुद का बेस्ट बाहर निकालिए, वो आपके लिए बेहतर रहेगा. That's the best thing that you can do.
So your words were very informative, and I'm sure every student here will now compete with themselves to make them better. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So lastly, I would like to ask you about your future plans for the betterment of this education system.
Okay, so देखो अभी I'm still like doing my research here in US. So by next month I'll be back to India. So now I'm preparing next Maharashtra State Next Generation Education Plan. So how I look at my education system in state, how it should like. This is how I work. Like in the I'm sorry, my friends are disturbing me. So coming back to India, I would like to take away good learning back to India to see some of the things happening. So this plan of action I am now working on, and I would like to see to get implemented it in our state, how the education in 2030 and 2050 should look like, and the way we are now. So moving forward, what are the things, what are the steps we need to do and start from now. So this is what my contribution could be to the education system later on when I will come back. And talking about the future plans, actually, I just believe in the present tense. The future, you never know what's going to happen. I never thought of like being a global teacher when I started in 2009. So you don't know what would happen in future, but I believe in the present, what I'm doing, and some sort of action plan for the next 5 years, so that I could just plan the things that this is how I could contribute and how I can talk to them.
Now it's time to conclude this session. Thank you for joining us today, Ranjit sir. It was very enlightening session. I'm sure that every student here has learned a lot from your work.
Yeah,
Also,
thank you so
Ranjit,
much
sir.
for
Yes.
yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting. And अच्छा लगा. You students are taking good steps. पढ़ाई की वजह भी you are doing something different. That's a good thing. Keep doing these things, and whenever you need my support, you think like Ranjit sir, we need the things. Also, don't hesitate to. I'll be more than happy to help you, support you in any kind of way. Thank you so much. Wish you best of luck.